Alright, back to the Maura Murray case, back to more BS. I do not get any of this and why people even write this. This is like I say, you're going to sit there and think of so many scenarios, but, you know, who in the hell are you going to believe? And where do they get their information from is what I like to know. And first off, I want to show the time here. You see this 7:27 is when the actual accident took place. Which I don't know how, unless this Butch guy seen it or heard it, or he drove by it. Why he was out at 7:27 on a bus is beyond me. And between 7:27 and 7:47, all this is said to be that what Butch Atkins took and did. I mean, within this time period, once again, 7:27, 7:47, I don't know. Now this is like my last video. All this time crunched in like a friggin' can. Alright? And people expect that this happened, that happened, this happened, that happened, all within this small amount of time. And this is what makes me believe you're friggin' out of your tree for people to get this information and to bring it up. People to get this information and actually think that this even happened. And I want to thank the person, I keep forgetting the name, but I need to put a shout out to the person that keeps helping me out with this pretty cool stuff. And this guy actually had a wife. So think about this. You got this big, fat guy, 300 pounds, driving bus, has a wife, but yet he sees this girl in distress and thinks, she's going to need a lot of help. And yet is going to take her out of her vehicle, that knowing that she's an alcoholic, knowing that she just crashed because she was drunk, and stick her in a barn, stick her in a house, stick her on the bus, as a matter of fact, is what they say, and they're this. And they go on to, I can't go through this whole thing, but that is some of the stuff that they had said, that he stuck her to the barn, he stuck her in a bus, he's hiding her, he's, trying to help her because he don't want her to get in trouble by the cops. But yet, to a farmhouse during the search, but yet, hide her so long that now and then she ends up disappearing. I mean, this is all ludicrous stuff. This is a joke. And the accident reported at 7:27, Atwood says Maura shaken up, impaired, and leaning on car for stability. States he saw no blood. Now, here we go. You hear that? She was out of the car. There was another thing I went over that said he came up to the car, knocked on the window, and asked if she needed help. And he said in a low-tone voice like she was drunk, "I need no help. I called AAA." So here's two stories now that I did in another video, and now this one, that claim this guy of two different things, knocked on the window or literally, seen her outside the car. Which one's the truth? Which one's right? I'll be back after these important messages. So, back again. I had to move around after this announcement. There's a wild man in the backyard trying to cut me up with an axe. Yeah, chasing me all around, so they got in the car, I had to get out and run away. Anyways, we're talking about Butch Atwood here and how he supposedly, all this interaction stuff. And it also says possible that when Mrs. Atwood was on her call to 911 that Butch is on the bus with Maura until cops arrived. Did Butch take Maura up to the farmhouse during a search in the Mountain Lakes area? Now that needed to be said, I forgot. But as you can clearly show again, the time between 7:27 and 7:47. And then he's at the car. She's standing out. I was saying about how he's at another point where he was banging on her window and she didn't want to open it. She said she was fine. She already called AAA. Now what makes me think about this damn story, and go ahead, sit there and think what this person's writing, and there's Cecil, the cop. What don't make sense is that you got a guy going in his house telling his wife, hey, there's a girl out here just got into an accident, call 911. Now you don't think the wife wouldn't be sitting there saying, what? You know, I'm not trying to rag on all wives, but I know damn well if I come in and I say something that something happened, I'll get the second the second piece of, what did you say? And they'll say it again, what'd you say? Something crazy happened down the street, I'd say. So if you could think, and I get this all the time. Now, if a person like this school bus driver, supposedly nice, got a wife with busing kids. Now, to me, we're talking about people that can't be, totally insane to take a woman out and think that she's in trouble because of alcohol and take her to a friggin' Mountain Lakes area farmhouse and tell the wife, I come back with just him. It also mentions, like I said before, that the bus was parked in an abnormal way. The guy how the hell they get this information is beyond me. But my thoughts and theory on a bus parked in the wrong area, at the wrong way, or the wrong this, or the wrong that. The question is, it's not a question of why. It's the answer to, if you have just witnessed an accident, you live down the street, you're not going to sit there and drive to your house, back the bus in, put your brake on, whatever the bus does. I know these bus drivers, when they bring buses home, I've seen it, and I've even watched it. A woman in Townsend, Mass. I happened to drive by this woman 2 times getting out of her bus and chalk blocking the wheels on flat land. Now, do you think this guy's just going to roll up, back in, take his time, chalk block the wheels or whatever they do out there in New Hampshire, then walk in casually to the house? No, he's going to drive up the driveway, slam the brakes on, park the bus any which way he can to get in the house. Hey, there's an accident happened. We need to call 911. In the way they say it, within this time, 7:27, 7:47, I've already been, mentioning half the stuff out of this article that was explained. It's like, where is the time for all of this? Bring her up to the Mountain Lakes area. And within 27:47, let's just say, that's a good, at least half an hour right there. 25 minutes, 28 minutes tops. You think this guy's going to have time to run, park his bus, tell his wife, as it says here, call 911, we got an accident, go out there, tell her to come in the house, you don't want to come in the house, I think you're drunk, you drunk, and make all these split decisions, get in the bus, and then it says in here, if anybody wants to go to it, it says it's because you've been sitting on the bus, because you've been sitting in the barn, because you've been sitting in Butch's house. And all these crazy things and scenarios that people keep coming up in the small amount of time. Out of this, out of everything before, what led up to this, do you honestly think this woman did all this stuff that people are saying? How in the can you say these things and come up with this crap. She wants to help, call the police, either calling AA, AAA, offered her a phone shelter knowing there was service in the area, no service. Leaves to make the first 911 call, puts a rag in her tailpipe. So this woman gets into an accident. Here's another thing. You think she's gonna think, oh my God, I gotta put a rag in the tailpipe to try and start it. Yeah, to restart the car. If this woman knows this kind of stuff with vehicles, I mean, I don't think this would be happening right now. You know, to get into an accident and hit a tree, you're all dazed and confused. Then you're gonna get out and say, oh my God, I'm drunk. I gotta put a thing in the tailpipe, I gotta try starting it. This guy's bugging me. You know, think about it. Think about the scenarios that could go on and what people say all the friggin' time. Or half these articles I've already covered. And her hair being down, dark colored jacket. So she went from a dark colored jacket to having a white jacket that supposedly her sister never knew she had or even seen her ever wearing. But for this trip, she changes the jacket and so forth. Then the ATM, footage. 7:40, Butcher arrived back to his house to place the first 911 call. But is able to get through. Now he can't get through. Why can't he get through to that? Pardon me a minute. God damn it. Goddamn nose running. Better go catch it. Gotta pull out my napkin. Hang on, I gotta go catch my nose. Oh no, there it is. Anyways, 7:43, a dispatcher calls back, speaks to Mrs. Atwood, who states she has no idea where the female is. While Butch is allegedly in his bus filling out paperwork. Alright, so this guy goes back in his bus and starts filling out his paperwork when there's a serious accident down the street. That don't make no sense. That is just friggin' insane. 7:46, Cecil arrives on the scene. Monahan arrives shortly after, and Cecil tells him that Butch is already checking the mountain and lakes area. So this guy already, after making 911 calls, after talking to this girl, after this and that, bringing her to the mountains, bringing her to the barn. Now he's out there looking for her. In this short amount of time, you honestly think I'm gonna sit here and listen to this rubbish, this friggin' garbage? You know what I keep thinking that happened? Butch stopped, right? Saw her, asked her for help. She said no. I called AA, AAA. I should be fine. He offers her a place. No, I'll be fine. She keeps reassuring him. I'll be fine. He takes his bus, goes home, decides to park it any which way, right? Run into the house, calls 911. Now, whether or not the phone went through, the wife got a hold of somebody, this and that, whatever the case may be, while he went into that house, I believe, like I say, if she was going to meet someone was already on their way too. Oh, and there's another thing. Route 112, I never even knew this, begins in Massachusetts. That's right, you heard me. Route 112 begins in Massachusetts, in Western Mass, not too far from Amherst College. So why this woman took this route? Yeah, she could have had something already planned and set up. And of course, there's probably no traffic on this route. So she probably figured I'd take that route to get where I'm going quicker, to meet up with somebody. Now, remember, if she was to be meeting up with somebody, told her I'm taking 112 up to this place. Let's go meet up. I got extra money. I got some booze. You know, we're going to get together, have some fun, get to know each other a little more than, right, online. I'm for damn sure that this person asked her what route she was taking. Think about it, and it starts near, I want to say at least, it's probably, say if you're at Amherst College, it could be at least, the way I seen it on the map, you can look it up on Google Maps, maybe 40 minutes tops to get to Route 112 from Amherst College in her places of where she was. And Hadley, Mass is right below that. And of course, if you take 91 and get off some exit, it leads you right into 112. That leads right up into New Hampshire. Now, either this person maybe told her to take this route, quickest way up there, or she said she's taking this route to get quicker up there, no traffic. I mean, anybody can be reading this as I'm speaking. But the weirdest thing to this person, witness accounts state that Atwood parked his bus horizontally in front of an outbuilding. Had never done this before. Yeah, dummy. That's because he ain't got time to park a bus while someone's in an accident. And if he was really caring about this person and wanted to get him help, that's right. He's going to slam the bus and park, get off it, not sit here and, pull up, back it in, do his normal routine. There's precious time in the winter. People can freeze to death. People who don't want help or whatever and what's going on, they try to get the fastest way to get someone there. Just like, how did the cop know her height? Why, you friggin' dummy? Think about it, because cops got computers in the car that reveal your height. Yes, there is a thing called technology now, and they also bring up your face on that too, so they know who you are. So if you try and use someone else's name, you can't do that, because your puss is on the goddamn computer in the police car, along with your weight, height, date of birth, age, and everything else to identify you. Anyways, finally, random facts. Search dogs. Now, this is something I don't remember in any other article, that the trailer sent is now at front of Butch's house. John Haley said Atwood is pathological liar. Cecil says he had never met Butch. Butch says he and Cecil are good friends. Do we believe the cop or the bus driver? Forget about what Maura was doing leading up to the accident. What about Butch timeline of events leading up to the accident? How about the days after? Did he really move to Florida? Well, that I don't know, but if that's the truth, why the frig would he move to Florida? Or, don't forget, there's a Florida, Massachusetts on Route 2. Maybe he moved there. But if he was getting harassed, which I don't know why, for God's sake and life of me, I don't like using God, but what about Mrs. Atwood? What information did she have? Yeah, what about Mrs. Atwood? Because all this chaos and commotion that I just spoke of what this guy was trying to do, you ain't gonna tell me his wife is gonna sit there and not say a goddamn word. You can't do that. You can't hide that woman. What are you doing? You ain't gonna tell me that woman didn't get involved and say, Butch, what are you doing? What are you, stupid? Are you trying to hide something? Are you trying to do something? Blah, blah, blah. Come on. If anything, why didn't this woman get involved? Go down there, ask her if she's all right. My husband's calling the police still. You need a tow truck or whatever. I mean, yeah, she could be asking again, but AAA was already called, but still. Why is she not rarely mentioned? He has a wife, but he's doing all this crazy shit to help a drunk woman stay out of trouble. You don't think that woman would be putting in her 2 cents if he just met somebody that he don't even friggin' know? What? I know my wife would be chewing my ass out. I mean, yeah, she'd probably say, yeah, call the cops, do something. But if I want to try and hide this woman, what? My wife would be all over that. What the fuck? Why would you even hide her? She had a merely meaningless accident. Because, right, I bet you them roads didn't get sanded too well. But I don't know if Butch Atkins had anything to do. But when you consider he is the last person to have talked to Maura, I need more evidence to rule him out as suspect 1. Other than didn't seem like he would do it based on 911 transcript. And then you got this Butch Atwood, I'm not even reading that. Yeah, he needed to be looked at better. He's out there, theory involves Atwood, possibly new person responsible for a disappearance. I don't think this guy knew nothing. This guy sees a disabled woman on the friggin' road, broke down, hit a tree. I highly doubt he kidnapped her. Unless he was one of them sick perverts that the wife likes to jump in on and rape women and beat them and torture them, then okay. But for this, the way this all sounds, and to call 911 safely, if there was someone that did something or knew something, they would never call 911. Get the F out of here. Get out of here. This is rubbish. And right, it just makes you think. I mean, I go with what I say. Someone knew the route she was going. She either told him. Interruption from the school vacation kids. Anyways, like I said, she either told him the route she was going, or that person told her a route to go. On the way up, hey, I'm the guy, get in, hurry up. I'll get you out of here. What had happened, play all stupid. Or, right, he wanted to kidnap her, he wanted to kill her, and that was it. He could have had a friggin' gun, a knife, get in the car or cut your friggin' throat. So she had no damn choice but to get in that car. The way this was pronounced, the way this seems to me, I don't think Butch Atwood had nothing to do with this. They better come up with some damn good evidence that he was a sex slave, kidnapper with his wife as an accomplice. Then I'll believe it. They are out there. But until they come up with that, this guy didn't have nothing goddamn to do with shit. And these friggin' articles are aggravating me. But anyways, like I say, out of all this, and there was something new that just popped up on my phone. I gotta go check out about this. It's on this case, Maura Murray Reddit thing again. But and this was 1 year ago. So people gotta stop these stupid analysis of, oh my God, it's a joke. And what I just put into all perspective, I mean, you gotta look and realize that, right, this is a very short time limit throughout the whole damn story, period. And for this woman to do this or do that or do this, and he did this and he did that and she did this and everybody did everything, you lost your friggin' mind. Someone knew where she was going. She knew the route to take. And that person that wanted her caught her. End of story. Now dead, unfortunately. Or in one of the basements. You never know. But they ain't looking at the right man. We all know who it is. I know who it is. All these other suspects, that's a joke. If this man died, I think he died of a broken heart because he couldn't do as much as he wanted to. If that cop committed suicide, Cecil, He killed himself because he couldn't do the job and couldn't find that girl fast enough and to save her life. That's what happens to some people sometimes. They lose it. And if they were the last one to see him, they're probably they had nightmares of this case. They see that face in their friggin' mind, and then they go to bed every night knowing that she was just there. Where the hell did she go? Think about it. Till that next video, be safe, take care. Out.